Kevin Owens has a motto of fight anyone. Proof of that came when he challenged SmackDown Commissioner Shane McMahon.
Oh, it's funny because I recall Kevin Owens having no choice. Shane McMahon had conspired to keep Owens far away from the United States Championship. Questionable officiating and a corruption of power on Shane's part forced Kevin Owens to retaliate.
We touched on Kevin Owens and Shane McMahon's disdain for each other. It became so personal that the only match suitable was a Hell in a Cell. It was almost calculated how KO baited Shane into that position.
Michael, I have no doubt that Kevin was expecting, even hoping, that Shane would try something insanely dangerous that night. And when Shane did, Kevin Owens had a guardian angel protecting him as he watched Shane crash from the very top of the cell.
You gotta believe this one's over.
Shane is really taking a beating. Does he stay in with his mounting injuries or risk bringing in the equally hurt Daniel Bryan?
This is no time to be a hero for Shane McMahon. Owens and Zayn are fighting for their jobs right now.
What grace! Float over into the DDT!
Spiked him.
What a strike!
We've got a crowd of over 77,000 hoping for yet another Yes-O-Mania tonight.
We got a cover. And a kick out. Not even close on that one.
Gonna take more than that.
Ooh, what impact. There goes KO with the mind games. What a stomp. Good grief. He's making a statement here with this attack. Corey, Byron, the two of you touch on the highs and lows of Yes-O-Mania. Bryan's won and lost titles here, but I don't think he expected to go from the thrill of his first ring entrance in years to the pain of the pre-match attack so quickly. Here's hoping he can get back in this, and we'll be celebrating Yes-O-Mania here in New Orleans once again. It goes without saying that Shane is fighting an uphill battle right now, but Shane McMahon doesn't care.
You got to remember all the vitriol and contempt that Shane McMahon has had for months for Kevin Owens a hard way. gosh, what a dive!
Kevin Owens has a motto of fight anyone. Proof of that came when he challenged SmackDown Commissioner Shane McMahon.
No, it's funny because I recall Kevin Owens having no choice. Shane McMahon had conspired to keep Owens far away from the United States Championship. Questionable officiating and a corruption of power on Shane's part forced Kevin Owens to retaliate.
Oh, right to the face.
Took him out at the knee. This might be it.
Oh, my.
Neckbreaker.
Oh, a cheap shot right above the eye.
Oh, what a slam. Olympic slam.
Owens is looking one step closer to the unemployment line.
Oh, Kevin Owens hates lines. You know he'll cut in that one, too.
A quick reversal by Shane McMahon.
Oh, what a chop block.
Oh, the old European uppercut. This could be huge. Lightning fast reflexes. Float over.
Oh,
and DDT.
Axe handle finds the mark. I think it was an ill-advised decision for Shane to start this match after his partner was taken out.
I agree with you, Corey, but it's bold. Obviously, we know Shane doesn't always fight with his head. He fights with his heart. That is not the wisest decision, but Shane McMahon felt he had no other choice.
What grace. Float over. And this is what makes him one of the best in the business.
You know, brains is what it is.
And now it's 2-on-1 here. You got to admire the boldness of Shane McMahon going into this fight without Daniel Bryan, but the numbers are catching up to him. This superstar is dangerous both inside and outside. He goes for the cover. And a kick out. Not even close on that one.
And we continue.
Shane is becoming the target of vengeance sought by SmackDown Live's authority figures.
This is only the start of the punishment Zayn and Owens so richly deserve.
Even before the ingenious attack from Owens and Zayn started this match, the odds have been in the Yep movement's favor all night. Just look at the shape Bryan and Shane are in.
I actually agree with you, Corey. Bryan has 3 years of ring rust to shake off, in addition to 2 brutal attacks from Zayn and Owens. Meanwhile, Shane is dealing with an umbilical hernia, a staph infection, and diverticulitis. Owens and Zayn, however, are on the same page. We really need to see a miracle on Bourbon Street tonight.
Boom, what impact.
Here we go. Ooh. Shane is really taking a beating. Does he stay in with his mounting injuries or risk bringing in the equally hurt Daniel Bryan?
This is no time to be a hero for Shane McMahon. Owens and Zayn are fighting for their jobs right now.
The medical staff still dealing with Daniel Bryan after that cowardly attack from behind by Sami and Kevin.
You can form your own opinions on it, Cole. The fact of the matter is it was a brilliant sneak attack. Daniel Bryan was effectively removed from the equation before the bell could even ring.
What a strike, reminding everyone that Daniel Bryan still remains at ringside, being tended to by our medical personnel after a blindsided attack by 2 men he once called friends.
This is not the way Daniel Bryan wanted to return to action. This is supposed to be a feel-good story. It's supposed to be a homecoming for Daniel Bryan, coming back to the same stadium he became WWE World Heavyweight Champion. Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn seem to have taken that away from him. What is this superstar going to do now?
Shane O'Mac putting his jiu-jitsu training to work.
Wow. Game, set, match. This one is over.
Remember, Byron, if Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens, if they win, they'll be rehired to SmackDown Live.
That is not a comforting thought for Daniel Bryan or Shane McMahon or the rest of the SmackDown Live roster for that matter. Oh boy, he is rolling.
He has him right where he wants him.
He can't withstand one bit more. Wow, look at the quickness by Shane McMahon. And the slam.
Uh-oh. Setting him up.
Uh-oh.
Neckbreaker. Tonight is a culmination of pent-up emotions since SummerSlam. Daniel Bryan, Shane McMahon, Kevin Owens, and Sami Zayn have been at odds for months. Not only the two sides, but we've also seen Bryan angry at Shane and Zayn fight with Owens.
It's been crazy, Michael. Owens has hated Shane since the commissioners. Not now. Not now. Oh, no. Oh, that's a combination. Bam! But he's running on fumes here. Does he have enough left in him to capitalize?
Nailed it. We've seen this before. Corey, we could argue that no one was happier to hear that Daniel Bryan was cleared than Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn were. That's why it was shocking to see them turn on their friend.
Oh, listen. That has got to be it.
That could do it.
Let's look at this one more time, Cole. Shane McMahon with the cover.
Oh, and breaking things up is Kevin Owens.
Right across the injured abdomen.
Owens and Zayn fighting for their livelihood, fighting for their careers.
There's a tag. Owens now legal.
KO looking to go up to the top rope.
This will be such poetic justice.
Oh.
Frog splash. Cover on Shane.
No.
And breaking things up is Daniel Bryan.
Desperation on both sides here.
Well, Daniel Bryan was out of here. He left on a stretcher.
Well, he did, but he's now back. And Owens and Zayn are beside themselves.
Owens and Zayn thought it was a foregone conclusion.
Oh, no. Went for the cannonball. Shane moved out of the way. Bryan's back up on the apron. Shane McMahon being overwhelmed here.
Oh, what incredible power.
Wow, what a vertical suplex.
It is not looking good for Kevin Owens.
He's not in a good spot here, guys.
He simply needs to find a way to regroup.
Sami Zayn likes his chances here.
Oh, nasty impact. With all his injuries, I can't believe Shane's even able to still move.
Kevin Owens being pressed hard.
Oh!
What's he got in mind? Kevin Owens groggy and wide open here.
Samoan drop.
Kevin Owens being pressed hard. Kevin Owens groggy and wide open here.
He's a guy that can turn it on whenever he wants. This does not look good for Kevin Owens. It is not looking good for Kevin Owens.
Oh, what a boot.
This does not look good for Kevin Owens.
Kevin Owens being pressed hard. And he's heading back in. And that one drops him.
Somebody's on a mission tonight.
Kevin Owens is getting his comeuppance.
Think about your job, Kevin. Think about making it KO Mania 4.
Oh, man, what a hit.
Knocked right off the apron.
Clothesline! And off the tag is Sami Zayn. Oh, and what a right hand. Fighting back, trying to make a tag. Meanwhile, from behind, he's got looking for a sleeper hold here.
Daniel Bryan wants the tag.
Almost, but not quite. And Shane now creates separation. Could this be his moment?
Shane absolutely desperate. Needs to make this tag and needs to make it now.
Can he get there? Can he make the tag to Daniel Bryan? If he does, this place will explode.
Shane crawling with everything he's got, trying to inch himself closer to Daniel Bryan.
Almost there. Almost there.
Yes.
Tag made.
Here we go.
And here comes Daniel Bryan. His return to WWE in-ring competition. And Bryan unloading with the right hands. And look at Bryan go.
Knocks him off the apron. Daniel Bryan is on fire right now.
Bryan attacking with a fury.
A moment we never thought we'd see. Vintage Bryan as he lands on his feet.
Full speed ahead.
Bryan, down he goes. Bryan fired up. Oh, wow. Baseball slide takes him out.
Daniel Bryan from the apron.
The knee connects.
Man, what a slam.
He can't take much more. Wow, I thought he was a goner. Oh, wow. Sami Zayn is a bloody mess.
The end is near for him. That knock. Boom!
Oh, what an elbow. I don't like the look in his eye here, folks. Uh-oh, he's in trouble here.
He's close to being done here.
Daniel Bryan on the top rope. Oh, the missile drop kick.
Daniel Bryan came down hard. You got to wonder if the injuries are coming into play.
Bryan's just right. Uh-oh, from behind.
Oh, Daniel Bryan, though.
Rolls him off.
And now what does Bryan do? Turns his attention back to the corner. Ooh, the running drop kick. And the other one on the other side. And Daniel Bryan looks like the Daniel Bryan of old.
Like he hasn't missed a step.
Bryan controlling the entire tempo of this match by himself.
This is incredible. What a moment. Look at this.
Some things never leave you. In the case of Daniel Bryan, he has to find his incredible resiliency once more.
Oh, my goodness, crushing it.
Whoa, Zayn dodged that one.
Lightning quick.
Harsh impact.
He's a ball of energy right now, but we'll see if it lasts.
Interesting decision here, Corey.
I don't know. I kind of like it. He clearly wants to inflict some more punishment.
Beautiful technique. Takes him down hard.
You gotta love that kind of aggression.
Here we go. Boom, what impact.
Just when you thought he had nothing left.
Looking for the finish.
The yes lock is in. The yes lock is in.
Unreal. Oh, it's locked in. The crossface. This one's over, guys.
Do you believe in miracles on Bourbon Street?
What a comeback story for Daniel Bryan. And this is how he ended it.
Here are your winners, Shane McMahon and Daniel Bryan.
What an incredible submission move, and here's your winner, ladies and gentlemen.
No shame in tapping out to that move. Wow, that looked incredibly painful.
We may be in New Orleans tonight, but I assure you there was nothing easy about that win right there.
Guys, this is a dream match right here. Daniel Bryan is taking on indie wrestling superstar Bryan Danielson.
It's going to be a nightmare for that Danielson nerd when Daniel destroys this internet darling.
These guys have eerily similar styles, so I look forward to seeing how they match up. Hooked up.
Incredible impact. He wants no part of the outside. He may be a dweeb, but I'll say that this Bryan Danielson guy is at least respectful of authority. I saw him shaking a lot of hands backstage before the match.
Daniel Bryan has a good reason to defy authority. He spent years being held down by Triple H and the McMahons. Danielson is a young guy who hasn't learned some harsh truths yet.
Serious damage to the arm being inflicted here.
We were discussing Danielson's potential relationships here in WWE. I think the higher-ups might like his clean-cut style, and I bet The Miz could give him some fashion tips.
Yeah, something tells me Miz and Danielson don't have much in common, Cole.
Drop kick!
Great athleticism.
He misses the dive.
And unfortunately for him, there was no water in the pool.
Whoa, down he goes.
That was impressive, Cole. You know, you just can't teach experience. You have to live it.
He's going for the pin.
Gonna take more than that.
You gotta believe this one's over. Daniel Bryan is just dominating this Danielson guy. We're seeing experience over youth on display right here.
Not everyone can be the exception to that idiom like me, Cole.
When you guys talk about adversity being Daniel Bryan's greatest teacher, it reminds me how Bryan Danielson must have been the hugest teacher's pet. Sort of like you, Saxton. He probably stayed after school and got first place at the science fair right before someone jammed him into a locker where nerds like Danielson belong.
You seem to be harboring a lot of feelings of contempt toward Bryan Danielson, Cole, when in fact, he might be your kindred spirit. I just hope you could stay professional and not get too personal calling this.
Great job escaping, trying to turn this thing around.
Harsh impact. Going for broke.
Just looking at these two guys.
Ooh, what impact. This just might be enough for him to take the victory here.
His shoulders are down.
Daniel Bryan overcomes his past.
Turning back the hands of time.
Some superstars doing what they do best. Here are the highlights.
Here is your winner, Daniel Bryan.
Daniel Bryan has shown how much a man can learn, how much a man can grow when he's doing what he loves.
When you strive for 2 decades to be the best, these are your results.
Wow, I can't believe the amount of punishment that had to be inflicted in order for those shoulders to stay down for the 3 count.
We may be in New Orleans tonight, but I assure you there was nothing easy about that win right there. Michael Cole, Corey Graves, Byron Saxton here to call what will surely be a highly contested matchup.
And guys, I've been looking forward to this submission match ever since it was announced.
Nailed it. What a stomp. Good grief. Here it comes. This might be it. Oh, my. Here it comes. Here it comes. There.
Do what you gotta do to maintain the advantage.
Here it comes. Oh, leg sweep.
Nicely done.
Boom. Here it comes. Keep your eye on this one.
Uh-oh. Perched up top. Dangerous situation, guys.
If this lands, it is all over.
Oh, from the second rope, up on it. The shoulders. Avalanche. Attitude adjustment.
That has got to be it.
Big slam.
Boom! Kinshasa!
Oh, leg sweep.
Nicely done.
Oh, here we go.
Beautiful technique.
Watch this here.
Here it comes.
Oh, nasty impact.
One of the things a superstar who's looking at it here. That's what you call a bad landing.
What's going to happen now?
The pitfalls of gravity, Michael.
Incredible height.
Byron, you brought up that a submission match can be especially dangerous for a competitor who's injured or had a known injury. I think that's why it's just as important in a submission match to be able to reverse the submission move from an opponent as it is to apply a submission maneuver to an opponent. If a superstar can't reverse an opponent's submission, then they're certainly going to be in trouble.
Some superstars have more than one submission at their disposal and it becomes a pick-your-poison scenario for their opponent. It also depends on the match. Some submission matches are based on winning via a submission move, and others involve a competitor having to use the specific submission they've chosen. Boom! The WWE Universe witnessed a classic submission match at 2016's Extreme Rules event. The Queen, Charlotte Flair, defended her women's championship against Natalya. The one thing I thought was unfair about the match is that there was a ban against the Nature Boy Ric Flair being at ringside. If Flair appeared, Charlotte would lose the match and her women's crown.
Corey, you spoke of the submission match between Charlotte Flair and Natalya, and I need to point out that this match was not Flair's figure eight versus Natalya's sharpshooter. Victory could be achieved by making your opponent tap out to any submission maneuver. I think we all know why the Nature Boy was banned from ringside.
When Natalya had Charlotte locked in the sharpshooter, it seemed that the Queen of Hearts was going to be crowned the new champion. Of course, that was until Dana Brooke distracted Natty, giving Charlotte the opening to lock on the figure eight and force Natalya to submit. It wouldn't be a Flair match without a little bit of controversy, would it?
In a submission match, the name of the game is to make your opponent tap out from a submission move. There have been so many submission specialists throughout the history of this great business. Bret Hitman Hart, Kurt Angle, Brock Lesnar, William Regal, and Daniel Bryan are a few who come to mind. And on the women's side, I think about Alundra Blaze, Natalya, Becky Lynch, Charlotte Flair, and the boss, Sasha Banks.
Oh, here we go. Corey, earlier you spoke about a submission match, and one thing I'd like to point out is that a submission match is not necessarily the same as an I Quit match. The key difference is that a submission match requires the use of the submission maneuver. In an I Quit match, victory can be achieved by bringing your opponent to the point where they quit as a result of the overall punishment they've received in the match.
That's an important distinction, Michael, especially since a superstar can win an I Quit match by using the submission maneuver. For superstars who aren't proficient in submission moves, they enter this type of match at a disadvantage. It doesn't mean they can't win, but they need to perfect applying the submission move quickly. Come on, Corey. Try and keep up.
Oh, boy, he is rolling.
Crashing down the hard way.
There may be no coming back from this incredible beatdown. Here it comes. Russian leg sweep.
Nicely done. Oh, boy, he is rolling.
Back now inside the ring. Drop kick. Oh, and he connects.
There's no reason to lose your footing on a move like that. Come on, toughen up.
Here comes Spear. Pedigree.
Up and down.
That's how you put an exclamation point on a match.
He knows he's in trouble.
Oh, what power.
Showing some quickness there.
Russian leg sweep.
Set. Ooh. Here we go a second time. Sit out pile driver.
We may be looking at our winner here, guys.
You gotta believe this one's over. There goes the ref.
Oh, no, this is not good, guys.
Double underhook suplex. This one's getting ugly. You might want to turn away if you have a weak heart. It's in, it's in!
Night, night. Wow, what a gritty performance.
Yes! Takes it!